Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin the 2020 IPB Pride of Place Awards this evening, it is my pleasure to share with you a message of good wishes to all the participating community groups just received from the President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins, one of Cooperation Ireland's joint patrons, together with Her Majesty the Queen. May I say how delighted I am to send my best wishes to all those attending the Pride of Place Awards. Throughout this difficult year, one could not be but very inspired by the many imaginative and thoughtful ways in which community connections have been invoked, how vital assistance and support has been maintained, indeed extended, in new ways within our society as we sought to face collectively the unprecedented challenge of COVID-19. Communities that work together in solidarity, recognising the needs of all their members, in particular those who are vulnerable and marginalised, are the valuable foundation stones necessary on which we might build inclusive and ethical societies. As a society, therefore, we owe an enormous debt of gratitude to the many generous people who contribute so profoundly to the lives of their communities, creating and sustaining places of belonging, of care, and of shared interests and experience. The wide range and spread of groups represented at this virtual Pride of Place Awards ceremony from across the island of Ireland is greatly impressive and a heartwarming proof of the generosity, social conscience, and willingness to engage and participate that exists among our citizens. Your involvement and commitment to others in a shared community includes so many important areas of community living, providing social contact and care for the elderly, helping those who are vulnerable in different ways, working to combat discrimination and racism, enabling young people to find opportunities to flourish and reach their potential, protecting the environment, contributing to our cultural and sporting life, creating places of interest and welcome for tourists, and striving in so many ways to make your communities more inclusive and pleasant places in which to live. At the heart of all that activity lies an acknowledgement of the importance of there being an understanding that it is a shared space that must be shaped and crafted to fit all of our citizens in all of their diversity and in all of their vulnerabilities. Investing in our communities is investing in our future. Tres Liam Liv, may I thank you all therefore for the profound and valuable contribution you make to your communities and to our society. The work you do demonstrates that spirit of active participation that animates our communities and the lives of all those with whom we share our communal space. May I also thank all those who are involved in the organisation of these annual awards. The Pride of Place Awards are a most important initiative, reminding us that creating societies that are ethical and inclusive is a task for all our citizens of all ages and circumstances. I am glad to have this opportunity to be part of this year's event. I congratulate this year's participants and award winners, and I wish you every success as you continue to use the power of genuine solidarity and cooperative spirit to transform, reimagine, restore, and renew the shared spaces in which we live and flourish together. Bear Benacht, Michael D. Higgins, Uachtarán na hÉireann, President of Ireland. Thank you very much to President Higgins for those kind words. What a wonderful start to the 2020 IPB Pride of Place Awards ceremony and a fitting tribute to our wonderful communities. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2020 IPB Pride of Place Awards ceremony in association with Cooperation Ireland. My name is Marty Morrissey and I'm delighted to host this evening's virtual event. We have community groups from every corner of Ireland joining us this evening to honour and celebrate the work you have achieved in your communities. 2020 has unfolded in an extraordinary way for all of us, with sacrifices being made at every level in people's lives. And without the support of our communities and wonderful community groups, life would have been even more difficult. Community groups truly deserve our recognition for their response to the COVID-19 crisis. Across the island, community groups were mobilised to respond to the pandemic, caring for the vulnerable in our society and providing support and solidarity. We applaud your tremendous efforts. You've shown the true meaning of community spirit. So you get the vibe. Tonight is a night of celebration. You could even say it's party time. So what kind of a party are we going to have? We're going to have a Marty party tonight. It's about time. I haven't had a Marty party for ages. So everybody up on the floor, let's move it. I'm going to show you some of my moves from Dancing with the Stars. Gotta keep moving those hips. Yes, it's Marty party time. I'm not as fit as I was a couple of years ago. So I think we're just going to say, let's have a good time. We have a hashtag for our event. It's hashtag IPBPOP2020, hashtag celebrating communities. May I ask that you use all these hashtags and get tweeting, even if it's just to say hello to me. Hello. Share photos of your enjoyment and indeed all the communities celebrating on Twitter. Before addressing the main business of the evening, which is the announcement of the award winners, I would like to acknowledge how impressed the judges were with your written submissions and Zoom conversations. I have been told by the awards chairperson that the judges were humbled and impressed with your positivity and caring support for all the vulnerable people in our community and in your community. The judges heard many captivating and inspiring stories of pure kindness and endeavour, while at the same time you continued your day-to-day volunteer work. This is truly a strange year for all of us, but we are strong and we will support one another in our recovery. The IPB Pride of Place Awards are delivered in association with Cooperation Ireland, and I would now like to introduce the chairperson of Cooperation Ireland to say a few words. Will you welcome, please, Dr. Christopher Moran.
As chairman of Cooperation Ireland, I would like to warmly welcome you all to the 2020 IPB Pride of Place Virtual Awards ceremony. It would be easy to reflect in my remarks the disappointment we all feel that we cannot celebrate the 18th year of this fantastic event in person. However, I do hope as you tune in across the island this evening, you enjoy the wonderful celebration we have planned as we honour our communities. The impact of COVID-19 has been destabilizing for society in many ways, with social interaction undoubtedly one of the biggest casualties of the lockdown that we have had to endure. Of the 18 years of the Pride of Place competition, I have been chairman for 16 years, and I have watched this competition grow for some 80 persons attending the award ceremony to nearly 1,000 persons attending the award ceremony last year. I have watched all traditions on this island, Catholic and Protestant, Unionist and Nationalist, come together in this competition, great competition of civic pride, staying in touch with each other, building bridges across this island. Of the many positive aspects of Pride of Place, celebrating the successes of communities from the four corners of the island together in November is among the highlights. And I'm sure I speak for everyone in saying, we look forward to when we can meet again. But when I think of the pandemic and of Pride of Place, I can only surmise that were it not for the people involved in this wonderful competition, the impact of COVID-19 on society would have been infinitely worse. And it is the spirit of the communities that take part in Pride of Place that ensured we maintain the networks during the lockdown. It is these community networks that were called upon like never before and which made the difference for so many people. As chairman of Cooperation Ireland, I am filled with a sense of pride when I see firsthand the determined efforts of people to make a difference in the place where they live. It is wonderful that these unsung heroes of the local community, be they individuals or groups, get recognition for the work they have put in to improve their areas and build a sense of belonging. Again, in 2020, the awards have attracted entries from towns and villages across the island, both rural and urban. Having pride in where you live is not restricted to any type of people or place, and that is reflected in this year's entries from towns, villages and cities, both north and south. I am delighted that IPB Insurance are again sponsoring the Pride of Place Awards. Their support over many, many years for the programme has enabled it to grow to become one of the finest reflections of community life on the island of Ireland. It clearly shows their commitment to community and voluntary enterprise. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Tom Dowling, Chairman of the Pride of Place Committee. Tom's commitment to communities across this island is what has made Pride of Place what it is today. He and the entire judging panel, who give freely of their time and enterprise, are the rock on which the awards are built. We look forward to 2021, when hopefully we can once again celebrate your successes in person. I thank all of you who are active in your communities for the effort that you have put in. It is your competition, and you should all feel great pride in what you have achieved. I wish you all a very enjoyable evening and continued success in all your projects. I look forward to meeting you all again next year, and in the meantime, please stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moran. We have a number of goodwill messages which we look forward to hearing throughout the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. A few points before we start. There are 6 categories in the cities section of the competition, 12 categories in the wider competition, 1 special award and a council award. The special award is chosen from entries in all the categories across the entire competition. So if your community or group does not figure as a category prize winner, they may receive the equally meritorious special award later. All categories will be dealt with in their entirety, and the runners-up announced first, and then the winners. When there are 2 runners-up, they will be announced in alphabetical order. You will already have received your certificates of participation and gala awards brochures. Prize winners' trophies will be sent to the relevant council offices from Monday the 23rd of November, and the winners and runners-up will all receive monetary prizes. So exciting. So let's go, shall we? We'll begin this evening with the cities section of the competition. This year there were 2 population categories in the cities section. Category 1 is for urban neighbourhood villages with a population under 3,000. The runner-up is Larchville, Listduggan and Manor Street, John District, Waterford City. Well done. As regards the winners, the judges quickly realised that this is a very caring community with fantastic volunteers, where a very impressive list of activities was presented. Notwithstanding a celebrated and established tourist attraction, the judges were in no doubt that this is a community with great heart and spirit. The winner is Blarney, Cork City. Well done. Category 2 is for urban neighbourhood villages with a population over 3,000. And the runner-up is Ballincollig, Cork City. For the winning entry, the overarching group founded in the recent past has achieved so much in a relatively short space of time. Above all, they've fostered an all-inclusive community spirit in their area. This committee is used as a focal point to organise a host of events and projects, including the development of a new village square. They're deserving of the highest praise. The winner is Donnybrook, Dublin City. Congrats. Now we come to the designated single-issue themes for cities. Category 3 is the Creative Place Initiative. The runner-up is the Hut Youth and Community Resource Centre in Cork City. Congrats. It was very clear to the judges that the winning entry is about a very strong community event, which continues to grow and prosper. It maintains a focus on local artists and involves engendering pride in the creativity of the local community. It is making a significant contribution to the pride of place in the area. The winner is West Side Arts Festival, Galway City. Category 4 is the Community Wellbeing Initiative. The runner-up is PIPS, Hope and Support, Newry City. For our next winner, there were many social issues affecting the quality of life for local residents, including the complexity of its diverse community. The judges were awestruck by the many fantastic initiatives. The group is all about participative activism, seeding of hope, and exceptional giving. The winner is St. Patrick's Cathedral, Dublin City. Category 5 in the city section is the Community Climate Action Initiative. The runner-up is Galway Cycle Bus. Well done. The winning entries presented a compelling story on their subject matter. Their voluntary initiative was set up to create awareness. This they achieved in no uncertain terms. Excellent, passionate and compelling presenters told a persuasive story of climate chaos, climate justice, intergenerational justice and loss of biodiversity. The winner is SHEP, Earth Aware and Elders for Earth, Cork City. Well done. The final theme in the city section is Category 6, Community Youth-Led Initiative, and the runner-up is Southside Youth Forum, Cork City. What impressed the judges most about the winning entry in this category was the engagement with young people at the coalface on the streets of an estate. This was just one of the wonderful services provided by a far-reaching programme delivering youth activities, training, confidence building and opportunity. The services are for all ages and backgrounds. The project is making a difference. The winner is Damask Community Outreach, Lisburn City. And that completes the city section of our competition, and congratulations to all involved in helping to improve the local communities within your city. Before we move to categories 1 to 8, I would like to welcome the chairman of IPB Insurance, George Jones. IPB Insurance is the headline sponsor of Pride of Place. Absolutely lovely to see you, George, and thank you very much for joining us. These awards are very important, but can you go back in time? Why would IPB get involved in these awards?
Thanks, Marty. Delighted to be back involved again with the Pride of Place. And IPB have been involved with over a 10-year period, and our involvement has grown with the growth in the competition itself. The Pride of Place Awards play an important role in promoting community activity and fostering community relations and the link between our communities and the local authorities. In fact, the awards would not be as successful today without the full support of all local authorities, north and south in the island. And I suppose they tie in with the concepts of why IPB was set up in the first place, was to work collectively on a mutual basis for our local authorities. So the idea of local authorities partnering with their communities and their volunteers is a total fit with IPB's concept of their mutuality in the insurance industry.
Considering the world we now live in with coronavirus and level 5 and the lockdown and the restrictions, it would probably be an easier option to cancel these awards or postpone them, although we are doing them virtually. So obviously you think it's very important that these awards continue, even virtually as we're doing it.
Well, I suppose not, Marty. The world has changed, as you know yourself, and we have to adapt. I mean, we can't just all go into a bubble and forget that what is out there. So we're certainly very supportive that the Pride of Place went along and has been held this year, because and most particularly because during the lockdown period of spring and summer, and particularly when the whole thing started in March, it was vital that local communities would continue their involvement. And it's delightful to also know that since the whole restrictions have been brought about, that a lot more community volunteers have become involved in places, things like the Tidy Towns and Community Call. So it's never more important to so totally recognise this selfless support that communities have given to their area, and it should be very important to recognise them in this year. And as I say, it's so vital in this year to recognise the sort of work that's been done at all community levels throughout the country.
You know, I'm just thinking there, George, it's 18 years in operation, these awards, but somebody might be watching tonight and they said, you know what, I'd like to get involved. How does that happen? How do you encourage people to get involved?
Well, I suppose the first thing I'd say is that hopefully next year we won't need to have a virtual presentation of the Pride of Place, and we'll be back in person. And as people want to get involved, this is promoted through the local authorities and the local communities. And all local authorities, north and south, participate in the competition. And there is a liaison officer within each council. So local community groups can get in touch with those liaison officers for next year. And just to finish off, Marty, I would like to congratulate everybody who's taken part in the 2020 competition, especially in these peculiar times and difficult times we live in, and hope that they're successful on the night.
Thank you so much, George, for joining us, and keep safe. I will now go on to announce the runner-up in Category 1, areas with a population less than 300. The runner-up is Labashida, County Clare, a place I know well. Congrats. The judges were initially captivated by the informative presentation displaying the rich heritage and character of this village and its hinterland. The local organisation overseeing all of this is as vibrant today as it was when it was set up nearly 50 years ago. The judges felt that the village is fortunate to have an entire community using their own skills and expertise to maintain their beautiful location. This is Pride of Place in action. The winner is Terryglass, County Tipperary. Well done to Terryglass. Category 2 is for areas with a population of 300 to 1,000. The two runners-up are Ballygawley and Ballintoher, County Sligo, and Clough, County Kilkenny. Two very impressive runners-up, I can assure you. Well done. Now, the judges were impressed by the group at the helm of this rural community. They have a long and distinguished history, having provided, wait for it, a group water scheme, housing for the elderly, social housing, recreational facilities, a riverside walk, a community centre, sports centre. The list goes on. It is fair to say that community activity is in the DNA of the people. The winner is Belcarra, County Mayo. Congrats, Belcarra. Now, Category 3 is for areas with a population of 1,000 to 2,000. The winning entry is about a town and the resolution of issues within that town. Various local events have now been organised on a cross-community basis between the traveller and settled communities. The Pre-Social Cohesion Group epitomises what can be achieved when people come together and work to achieve the extraordinary. The winner is Rathkeale, County Limerick. Fantastic work being done in Rathkeale. Well done. Now we'll move on to Category 4 for areas with a population of 2,000 to 5,000. The runner-up, beautiful part of the country, it's Callan, County Kilkenny. And you know what? They know a fair bit about hurling in Callan. The category winner is a progressive town, revitalised and reimagined with great plans for the future, with the Chamber of Commerce to the fore in much of the progress that has taken place. Implementation of a flood relief scheme, completion of a purpose-built art centre and the managing of the local tourist office convinced the judges of a real clear vision. So the winner is, from a most beautiful part of the country, down to West Cork, it's Skibbereen. They'll be celebrating in Skibbereen, no doubt. Well done to everybody in West Cork, particularly Skibbereen. Now, Category 5 is for areas with a population over 5,000. The runner-up is Swords, Fingal, County Council area. Now, the town in question is very well served by an extremely active and energetic group. They've worked hard continuously, adapting to changing needs, demonstrating energy and enthusiasm, and crucially have developed trust with the community. They seek at all times to contribute significantly to the betterment of that community. They are the Lions Club, and the winner is, beautiful town, great part of the country, Ballina, County Mayo. Congratulations, Ballina, County Mayo. The green and red, red and green. Now we move on to the first of our single issue or theme categories. In Category 6, Creative Place Initiative. The two runners-up are Achonry, Mullinabrina Community Enhancement Group in County Sligo and Kilteven, County Roscommon. An all Connacht runners-up group. So well done to Achonry and Kilteven, great winners in Sligo and Roscommon. Now for the story of a well-known and long-established event that is truly community-based and built around the town. It's about food offerings and local suppliers with local sponsorship. The creativity is in the local sourcing of food and its presentation, which the judges thought both innovative and outstanding. The winner is Dingle Food Festival, County Kerry. Congratulations, Kerry. Congratulations, Dingle. Richly deserved. So now we move to present the awards in Category 7, Community Wellbeing Initiative. The two runners-up are Airfield Estate Dundrum, Dunleary Rathdown County Council area and Learmount Community Development Group, Derry, Londonderry. The category winner was exceptional. A dynamic organisation with a significant record of solid achievement. The judges were extremely impressed with the sense of purpose, pride of place, flexibility to change, passion, organisation, professionalism, inclusiveness, and ability to expand their services to other communities. Wow, this is a leading social enterprise truly aligned in every respect to the needs of their community. The winner is Spree Agus Sport, Carndonagh, County Donegal. So congratulations, Carndonagh, County Donegal. And now to Category 8, the Community Youth-Led Initiative. The runner-up is the Roscommon Gales GA All-Stars. So congratulations to the Rossies, as they say. Now, this fantastic youth-led project demonstrated the power of young people coming up with an idea and presenting it to the right agency for support. A top-class presentation and wonderful testimonials by exceptional young adults absolutely convinced the judges of the value of this great project. They commended everyone involved. So well done, because the winner is Clare Youth Action. So well done to the banner, and I'm not biased in any way at all. Congratulations to all the groups who took part in categories 1 to 8 of the competition this year. It demonstrates the range of activities and initiatives taking place across the island, which is truly inspiring. I would now like to introduce a beautiful all-island collaboration of 48 young choiristers who joined forces in a Cooperation Ireland and Tourism Ireland initiative to create one virtual choir from the Methodist College in Belfast, Laurel Hill Coláiste in Limerick, Blackrock College in Dublin, Moat Community College in County Westmeath, St Mary's College in Derry, and the Presentation Secondary School in Ballyfahan on the south side of Cork City. Performing under the guidance of Donald Doherty, the Artistic Director of the City of Derry International Choir Festival, please welcome the choiristers singing the hit single Dreams by the Cranberries.
All And oh, my dreams, it's never quite as it seems, never quite as it seems. I know I felt like this before, but now I'm feeling it even more, because it came from you. Then I open up and see the person falling here is me, a different way to be.
I want more, impossible to ignore, impossible to ignore.
They'll come true, impossible not to do, impossible not to do. And now I tell you openly, you have my heart, so don't hurt me. You're all I couldn't find. Totally amazing one, so understanding and so calm. You're everything to me.
Oh, my life is changing every day, in every possible way.
And all my dreams, it's never quite as it seems. 'Cause you're a dream to me, dream to me.
Wasn't that fantastic? I hope you can join me across the island in a big applause for the young choristers, and what a great job they did with the Cranberries' hit Dreams. I loved it. Well done. We now resume with the category 9, the theme of which is community tourism. The two runners-up are For Heritage and Amenity Group, County Westmeath, and Valentia Island Development Company, County Kerry. Well done. So now the winning entry is a tourism enterprise par excellence. It was set up to bring renewed economic activity to a town and create much needed jobs. This has been achieved conclusively, and the enterprise has proved a major catalyst for other spin-off projects in the town. There are exciting developments planned for the future. The winner is Castlecomer Discovery Park, County Kilkenny. Well done. Congrats. So well done to Castlecomer Discovery Park, County Kilkenny. Shows you the Kilkenny people are not just great hurlers or camogie players. We move on to category 10, which is the housing estates category. The runner-up is Patrician Villas and Grove, Blackrock, Dunleary, Rathdown Council area. So well done to everybody in the Dunleary area. Now, this is the story of how a large private housing estate transitioned from being an area with a bad reputation for antisocial behaviour to somewhere where people are proud to be. One man's vision and determination in carrying through a community support approach won the day and has given a model for others to follow. The winner is Limewood, Banbridge, County Down. Well done, Banbridge. Fantastic. Next, it's category 11, which is for islands and coastal communities. The runner-up is Omeath, County Louth. So well done, Omeath, County Louth. Now, this entry concerns many projects successfully undertaken and delivered by a very effective community group working for the good of the local population. The judges noted that significantly, the committee attributes much of the successful delivery of these projects to the buy-in from the local community, following on from an extensive public consultation process. It's all about communication. The community is justifiably proud of a 3-kilometre walkway to the coast, a flagship initiative. And the winner is Kilmuckridge, County Wexford. Now, this entry concerns an urban neighbourhood that is blessed and fortunate to be served by an extremely diligent and productive group providing an extensive range of services from childcare to healthy eating projects. There is also an excellent resource centre from which most of the services are administered. These are major assets to the area. The winner is Townspark, Carrigan-Shannon, County Leitrim. Well done, Townspark, County Leitrim. We are now down to our last 2 awards. Once again this year, the judges are giving a special award. The special award is in respect of an entry whose work or aspect of it deserves particular recognition. This COVID initiative has been replicated in 21 counties, featured on national media, and was presented by the OECD as a case study of best practice on how communities are responding to the crisis. The judges were particularly impressed with the speed and scale of the initial emergency response and the fact that the knowledge gained during this response has now resulted in a sustainable programme being developed to assist vulnerable local families in the future. Fantastic work. Well done. The special award winner is CCLD Food Emergency Response, County Cavan. So congratulations, Cavan. Well done. Our final award this evening is for a council and has been designated the Council Community Engagement Award. Very prestigious. Now, this particular council was a very successful host of these awards in recent years and continues to nominate year after year fantastic, well-presented and well-prepared entrants to the competition. Through strong community engagement, this council presents well-prepared groups who in turn makes a great impression on the judges with their positive partnership approach to working with the council. This year's winner is Kilkenny County Council. So congratulations, Kilkenny, well done. Indeed, congratulations to all the participants and prize winners in the 2020 IPB Pride of Place competition. The IPB Pride of Place Awards, now in its 18th year, can you believe it, is a large-scale all-Ireland initiative which is made possible each year by the efforts and supports of the local authorities, North and South. The Pride of Place liaison officers in each participating council, the sponsor IPB Insurance, the organisers, Cooperation Ireland, the judges, chairperson, and so it is fitting as we come to the end of our award ceremony. I would like to welcome Tom Dowling, chairperson of the IPB Pride of Place Awards. Tom, what makes Pride of Place so important, do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, Pride of Place continues to be important because the original purpose of it 18 years ago was to acknowledge and to celebrate the incredible work that communities are doing all over the island of Ireland. And what's so special about Pride of Place is they get to tell their story, normally directly to the judges, but they find the pride and reflect on all the wonderful things that they've done over the years. But more importantly, it's about inclusiveness, it's about how to look after everybody in the community, the young, the old, the rich, the poor. It's how they look after their heritage, their environment, their culture, and how they involve everybody into that. But what I really love about it is the pure pride and passion that comes out from the people when they suddenly realize they actually did this, but are always so busy doing things, never get a chance to think about it.
And you know what I love about it too, Tom, is that it gives people a sense of belonging because they get involved in a local project. And I'm just thinking that, you know, these awards I know are clearly very important. Was it a difficult decision, Tom, to do these awards as we are now doing them on a virtual basis?
Well, let's put it like this. There's two aspects to it. The first difficult decision was to decide whether to proceed or not with it this year. And yet it was the right decision to proceed because the communities are still working away. They're supporting the local authorities, they're supporting frontline workers, they're supporting everybody. They're out there looking after the vulnerable people in their community. And I honestly believe they need acknowledgement now and thanks more than ever. And this was our way of saying thanks. But we also got the local authorities supported in this, and our sponsor, IPB Insurance, were wonderful in supporting us in going ahead with any of them could have pulled the plugs, and of course Cooperation Ireland as well. But all three had tried to pull the plug, but they didn't. They let us go with this, and we're very pleased with that.
I think you're dead right, Tom. I mean, of all the years, 2020, considering what we're all experiencing and trying to mind each other, an award ceremony for the communities who have really responded is fantastic.
Well, I want to tell you, everything was different about the way we did it. Every entry had a Zoom call. It was all organised. We had application forms, long application forms, which we never had before, with a huge response, which really delighted us. But you know something? I participate in a number of Zoom calls myself, but the passion and the energy came straight through the screen as they were jumping out of their skin to tell their story. Having said that, I wanted to be in the middle of them. All our judges wanted to be there. We wanted to visit them again. And I think I've promised everybody I spoke to that I was going to call sometime, but I meant it, because when you go down and you see them bringing out the youngest person, the oldest person, their champion, their best GA player or something, they're bringing in somebody who's done something. It could be a great cheesemaker in the area. It doesn't matter. It's what they're proud of. And they proudly tell us this. But they never had a chance before. And that's why Pride of Place set up, because to give people a chance to tell their stories. And we're not acknowledging me or you. We're acknowledging complete communities, not one individual, as all working together. That's what we're acknowledging.
And was it different or difficult, Tom, to make judgment calls? I mean, we're, on a Zoom call, because I probably never heard of Zoom until COVID-19 arrived in Ireland in March, but now it's everywhere and everything. But was it that even over the airwaves, as we'd call it, through Zoom, you felt the passion?
I actually felt it jumping out the screen, because remember, we're not talking about, we're talking about pure community leaders. That passion is permanently with them. They want to tell you how to build that little housing scheme for older people, or how to brought back people from returning immigrants, how they did all of this. And they want to tell us how they did it. I mean, I can't talk about the very individual groups because every one of them are fantastic, but you still knew they were doing this. So yes, you could judge them, but it's just not the same as being down, talking direct to them, seeing their place, seeing the youth club in operation, visiting the school, you name it, or going to where you might have lunch with the older person's group. Well, it didn't matter. It's still there, not the same, but we still felt the passion.
Listening to you here, I get that sense of pride that you have in these awards, and your passion comes across, and I congratulate you. If I was a judge, I'd be giving you 10 out of 10. But I know you were the founder, so have you any special message of thanks to all the people who've contributed to this?
Yes, I really want to thank a lot of people, but I'm very conscious that I can't give the exact thanks I'd like to thank. So I just want to thank the local authorities, their chief executives and their liaison officers. They were absolutely wonderful. I want to thank Cooperation Ireland and their chief executive and chairperson. They've been incredibly supportive, and we have a fantastic Pride of Place team in Paula Madigan, Ashton Callahan and Maurice Inglis. I want to thank Kerry County Council, who were supposed to have a wonderful awards and had it all organised, but not to worry, Vic. It's not happening this year. I also want to thank our incredible sponsor, IPB. They've been wonderfully supportive through everything with us for a number of years. So I want to thank their chairperson and chief executive. And finally, I want to thank the judges because they had to do a very difficult task. And you mentioned it earlier. So I want to thank them as well. They've been great as well.
I know this event, hopefully you'll have in Killarney next year. I would hope that there'll be a big Marty party then, Tom. You know, when you and I get together.
It would be a pleasure to see you, I can tell you. But listen, would you mind awfully if I said a quick thanks to our communities?
Yes.
One word. Well, actually, it's about 10 words. But look, I really want to say, wish them well. They've been fantastic again this year. They're doing incredible work. They really inspire us. They keep inspiring us to do what we do. And I just want to hope that they mind themselves and keep safe. And thank you very much.
And thank you, Tom Dowling, for a very special, a very different night that we're having here. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Marty. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Tom, for your kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our wonderful award show for 2020, and I've been so impressed by the projects showcased, but more importantly, by the genuine hard work and concern that communities and community groups have shown in this challenging year. What a year. It's been a pleasure to host the 2020 IPB Pride of Place Award ceremony. Please follow the post-awards coverage on Facebook and Twitter, and the Pride of Place website will continue to showcase projects at prideofplace.ie. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please stay safe and well and continue the great work of looking after each other. Good night.